To the airport now, then, Jack. Thank you so much. Great fundraiser.
Well, I need to, Adam? Jack?
No?
Then?
Jack and I are serving on the same committee to say...
Maybe tomorrow things will change. Maybe tomorrow I see someday coming, I see someday somewhere. Maybe tomorrow I'm halfway in and halfway out of this world. I never wanted nothing from no one, just you, girl, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, new sunrise. Maybe tomorrow someday coming when I close my eyes. Maybe tomorrow I'm halfway in and halfway out of your life. Nothing simple in this world of strife. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow.
Cafe Cabaret. You have just heard from Tracy, Santa, and the Idlewiles, Maybe Tomorrow, Liquor Wagon, and I Don't Want to Know Why.